Okay, hi everyone. Welcome. This is an introduction to philosophy. My name is Patrick Denehy, and I'll be your instructor for the term. I just wanted to start off. I wanted to look at the syllabus with you. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I want you to read this on your own. Um, if by the end of reading it you have any questions about anything you see on the syllabus or what's going to be required of you in the class, I would ask that you email me right away. So you have a good sense of what you have to do over the next 6 weeks. So I do want to hit just a couple highlights about the syllabus, things that are particularly important. So if you will just read along with me. So here we are. It's summer 2, 2013 at Temple University. Again, my name is Patrick Denehy. You should feel free if you upload a video or if you're sending me an email or chatting with me to just call me Pat or Patrick. That's what everybody else calls me. That's what many of my students in the past called me. Of course, you can call me Professor Denehy or Mr. Denehy or anything like that. That's fine, but you're just not required to. So, if you'll see here, I would really prefer that you use this alternate email for me. It's denehy.philosophy@gmail.com. That's just where all of my student emails go. It allows me to track who I've responded to, who's still waiting on a response from me. So it's just easier for me. I do have a Temple email, pdenehy@temple.edu, but I just don't prefer that you use that one. So please use the Gmail one. Because this is an online class, I don't really have office hours per se, but I am going to try to be online both Tuesdays and Thursdays around 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. if you want to chat with me. I don't know what I'm going to use yet. I'm hoping to use this denehy.philosophy@gmail.com for chat, or we can just kind of work it out over the next week or so how you can contact me. But the easiest way at the moment is just to contact me by email. Okay, now there are some key course websites that you need to know about. Almost everything that we do, and I'm kind of hoping everything we do, can be found in these three websites: a course blog, a Dropbox folder, and a YouTube channel. In fact, we're not going to use the Temple Blackboard website for our course, and I explain that below in another part of the syllabus. Let me flip over and let's look at those websites real fast. So if you go to the course blog, it looks like this. It's denehyintro-online.blogspot.com. There will be more information, I think, by the time you see this, but this is what it looks like. Through there, you'll notice there's a Dropbox folder, which when you open it, looks like this. And that's where a number of images will be, but also the texts that you'll need to read for the course, including the syllabus that I'm going over now, and the schedule, which I'll look over with you in just a moment. So that's the Dropbox site. Also, there's a link for our YouTube channel, which just goes to my Gmail account. Again, there's nothing up there, but this will be up there when I'm through with it. And a lot of our videos will be posted here. All right. The other thing about the website real fast is you'll notice it's a blogging website. And there are comments below the posts. I've just posted a few quick things to test it out for myself. But when you go down here, when you end up commenting on this blog, you'll see that you can reply to other people and it nests in this particular way, or you can enter a new comment. And in order to comment, you can use a number of different functions. You can use a Google account if you are signed up for one. You can use any of these others. Or if you don't have any of these, you can use an OpenID. You don't have to provide a URL, I don't think, although this is showing up. It didn't used to be this way. There should be a way, and we'll figure it out. There will be a few bumps in the road to start off, but we'll figure it out where you can post something, and you should be able to just put a name to your post, type in your comment, and then click preview and then publish. So that's what you need to do to comment on the blog. Okay, so those will be the three main environments that we'll work with. Let me just read a few other things from the syllabus so you can read the generic course description. For our course, We're going to cover some key texts and ideas ranging from the ancient Greeks to the present day. Topics will be drawn largely from the areas of philosophy known as metaphysics and epistemology and ethics. By the end of the course, you should possess both a historically informed and topically based intro to philosophy. And a subtext throughout the term will be the distinctly philosophical question of what it means to be human, in the sense of what it means to be a 21st century being beholden to conceptions of the good, knowledge, and the self. In terms of the required texts, you can read the learning goals yourself. Everything should be available to you through those 3 websites, and you don't have to purchase any texts. We are going to be an asynchronous course, but there are going to be strict deadlines along the way. I'm going to try to stick to the schedule as best as I can. You should try to stick to the schedule as best as you can as well. Where will we meet? Well, basically those 3 websites, and I go over some more detail in this option, in this part of the syllabus. How much work should this course be? Roughly 6 to 10 hours a week, involving reading and writing, uploading your own videos as responses to the lecture videos, and so on. How about grades? Well, right now there's a possibility I could change any of this, but most of the time these remain exactly as they are. You're going to have to write blog comments, which are worth 25%, YouTube responses, again worth 25%. Your overall participation and effort will be worth 10%. And then you'll have to write almost a weekly paper, 5 papers all told, and those will be worth 8% each, or 40% total. And I'm going to explain everything, or explain all of that in a section below. Now, if this class is asynchronous, what's the rhythm of the class going to be like? Basically, I've broken down the week into 2 different segments, Monday through Wednesday and Thursday through Saturday. Both of those segments are very similar. So on Mondays and Thursdays, I'm going to upload new texts, new lectures, new videos, and any supplemental materials I find. You should start blogging and commenting via the blog and YouTube beginning on Monday and Thursday. That will continue both Tuesday and Friday, and then on Wednesday and Saturday respectively. Your comments and your responses are going to be cut off at 11:59 p.m. So basically you have till midnight those nights. And then on Saturday, besides the comments and the YouTube responses being cut off, your weekly papers also due by 11:59 p.m. Okay, now in terms of the blog comments and the YouTube responses, I say up here, blog comments 12 plus, or basically 2 or more a week. YouTube responses 6 plus, basically 1 or more a week. But what I am looking for, so I'll say minimally you're required to post at least 2 blog comments per week and 1 YouTube video response per week. However, that's kind of the bare minimum. And if you just do the bare minimum, it's not going to warrant a top grade or top mark. The thing is, we want to create some kind of lively discussion if possible. One of the difficult things about taking or teaching an online class is recreating the kind of discussion and analysis that we would have if we were in a physical classroom. And one particularly difficult thing is being able to respond to each other. And so whether it's, say, on the blog, responding to others, replying to them, nesting your comments so that we can see exactly who it is that you're talking to, or whether it's a video response to either one of my lectures or one of your classmates, what we want to create is some kind of atmosphere which is at least akin or analogous to a physical classroom, even though it's kind of a difficult thing to do with an online class. But that's our goal. And so there are some minimums that you have to complete, but really you need to go over and above the bare minimum in order to do well in the class. And so we want to make it as lively as possible. I outline a few more general ideas about the comments and the YouTube videos here, and also a few ideas about citing or referencing the text. You don't have to do this all the time, but you should be doing this at least some of the time. Besides that, another way that I'll measure how it is you're doing in the course is by overall participation and effort. Again, this requires doing a little bit more than just the minimum. Finally, with the papers, and because this is a writing intensive class, there's going to be basically a paper per week. So I might actually read this section real fast. Our course is 6 weeks. You have to write 5 papers. That means you have 1 week off, and I'm going to leave that week up to you. So you get to choose what week you do not write a paper. But here's the thing. The papers in the class are pretty short. Just because it's writing intensive doesn't mean it's an increase in quantity. Really what I'm looking for is an increase in quality, and for an ability for you to develop as a writer throughout the next 6 weeks. So there are only 3 pages. As a writing intensive class, we're interested in developing our skills as writers, so your papers need to be a good 3 pages. There's also a rewrite policy here. So also, because it's writing intensive, you'll have the option to rewrite any and all of your papers once. Rewrites are due 1 week after the original paper's due date, and any rewrites have to incorporate my edits and my issues that I have for the paper and any of my comments. And so, as a general rule, the papers are going to follow this format. 3 pages, plus or minus 3 lines maximum, so a little shorter, a little bit longer. 12-point times New Roman fonts. Don't bother with a header. Just place your name on the top, the first line. Double space it, 1-inch margins, and footnotes for any citations. Any style is fine, it just has to be consistent, and I'll say a little bit more about that before the first paper. There's some general stuff which is all very important, but you can read it about academic freedom and the disability accommodation, especially with integrity. I have this line here, well, if you plagiarize, you're almost surely going to fail at least the assignment and probably the course. And I really do mean this. If I were dictator, I would have you removed from the university. It just seems to me if you're plagiarizing in college, you shouldn't be there. I take it's not a problem with most people, but occasionally it does become a problem. So just don't do it, and we'll all be fine. There's a caveat. I reserve the right to modify anything if necessary, and if I do, I'll try to relay that to you as quickly as I can. And then as for the schedule, I want you to see the accompanying document. So I want to look at that real fast. Another quick point. I'm using a particular program. You'll notice that the program allows me to put the webcam in the corner and then to show the rest of my screen. But there's also this issue where I only have up to 15 minutes at a time using this program. And so everything that you see, assuming I keep using this, there's a chance I won't, everything's going to be in 15-minute chunks or less. And so I think I'm actually going to stop this video, and then I'll look over the syllabus in the next video with you real fast. Thanks.